That was the breathing exercise we used to do. Me and my buddies in college, we used to chant Om after taking the hit from the bomb. Who could chant the Om the longest? I was always known as the cloud maker. I think if I become a teacher in a ghetto, I'd have to continue smoking the herb, the holy herb, because it is emotionally devastating to be a teacher in the ghetto. I carry physical and emotional wounds from my experience teaching. But it's interesting that now I realize why so many teachers are known to be enjoyers of the cannabis. The painter's friend, the poet's muse, the judge's judgment, inspirator. Just like how high. Poor Mr. Nice Guy. That's me, y'all. But now I'm the bad boy because this movie is this video is about movies, HollyWood movies about gender, about sex. And the most famous of them, of course, is American Beauty. And I posted many quotes from the movie on my timeline, but it's just a remarkable movie. It's a beautiful movie, just like A Beautiful Mind. It's about consciousness, and that's where the beauty comes from, not from matter. That's a baser form of beauty. The higher form of beauty is the beauty within. So that's what the movie was about. Superficially, there was obviously the picture of that girl. Oh my gosh. There was a picture of that girl, the cheerleader, the supposed dream girl of that man when he was in a dream state. But after he woke up and the girl came to him, then he realized that the girl was not what he wanted and not what anybody wants, and she should really get some help. So what the beauty was the man within himself and within the people around him. The truth and the love and the light. That was what the movie was about. So we saw how that poor guy was treated by all the women in his own family. The women that are supposed to, that you come home to, hoping to get some kind of relief from the stresses of the world from. And then they're the ones tearing into you at the most sensitive and at your most sensitive state, and with the most fiercest attacks that go very deeply. So it's a really tragic situation, beautifully depicted in that beautiful movie, The American Beauty. The next movie that I found was very interesting regarding gender roles was Brazil. Now, Brazil is a movie about a futuristic, or rather more like the society in the 80s or something, a society where um, people are basically subjugated in a very authoritarian, but also very pleasant, somewhat pleasant type of system for the middle class at least. Um, and they just go through life through the motions, whereas the poor have the rebellious streak, but also the dead, the asleep to the world state too, um, because of the misery and the squalor and everything. Um, so yeah, the woman in the movie is a big hero figure. She's the big action warrior, Xena, the warrior princess, little girl, trying to be the big woman, and the man is this little mouse dude, like me, a little mouse, scaredy little cat guy, and he's not happy with the world and his condition in the world, and the oppression he faces and he sees going around all around him, which really touches him, and disturbs him in his sleep, so to speak. And then he has this buddy who is this little very friendly and nice guy too, superficially. But then you see the things he's doing on a daily basis, and how he's totally emotionally dead to all of that, and how he eventually has to basically, you know, um, kill his mind, basically, as a doctor, doctoring his mind, to because it's so rebellious. And so yeah, it's a very great movie about gender. You see the interaction between the guy and the girl throughout the movie, and how the girl is very masculine, and it's just a very comedic depiction of the gender roles. But another movie that's maybe not revealing, but just like a mocking of the victim kind of movie is American Pie. And yeah, we all thought it was pretty funny, and we could all relate to it because we were going through that suppression of our sexual need, uh, as is common in civilization for young men. So, but what was interesting about the movie was that the title of the movie, American Pie, was talking about not the American heart to the unattainable, holy American pussy. The what I learned in microbiology, dirtier than a toilet seat, a public toilet seat. The holy grail, so to speak, for a young guy. So my microbiology professor tried to warn us, or for me it was a little late, but well, yeah, but still good information. And but so the name of the movie was not about the. It was a play on pussy, obviously. What they call it, pie. But what the real pie in the movie was an object this dude was masturbating with. You know, it was a sexual object. So um if what I heard, and I need to read it, but I'm sure it's true because everything else he said is true, has been proved true. Um, there was this organization which basically enforced all these revolutions in the American society, called, I think it was, a Fabian Socialists, um, or perhaps it was the Frankfurt School. I think it was the Frankfurt School, the revolutionary organization, trying to bring socialism and communism into the world. So the Frankfurt School basically promoted this idea. Well, not promoted, but they declared in their own writings that we would bring down our enemies, basically the American free people who were against communism in the 50s, very openly and viciously. we will bring them to the knees to the point where they will become necrophiliacs. So they will start having sex with dead things, dead bodies. And I just went to a sex shop the other day and I saw actual dead bodies being sold for thousands of dollars, or hundreds of dollars if you just want certain parts of the body. And even less than $100 if you just want the actual part that you need. So it was really interesting to see all that coming true today in the Brave New World 2020 situation. But also in American Pie, released in the 90s, they talked about, they declared, they laughed at us that look, there's guys today and in the future more are going to be fucking